And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First here at Laurel Park. I'm Stanton Salter, Keith Fusel. We're live here at the Laurel Park paddock. A beautiful Friday as we get you ready for the three-day race weekend here at Laurel Park. Lots going on. Yesterday was the 4-week mark until opening day at Pimlico for that Preakness meet, and we're about 5 weeks and a day away from the 142nd Preakness Stakes. The weather's beautiful. 3 carryovers today. How we doing?
It's good. I mean, this is the time. The weather's changing for the better. The fields are just enlarging each and every card, it seems, and the betting is going to get tougher, but it's going to just bring a lot more rewards to the gambler, especially right here at Laurel Park. I mean, this is when it really spices and gets heated up during this time of year.
We made our 2017 turf debut last weekend. The handle was up all 3 days last weekend. Great handle for the first weekend of turf racing, and we have 4 on the turf today, 5 on the turf tomorrow, and some nice turf races Sunday, so expect another large handle this weekend here at Laurel Park, and especially with the 3 carryovers today. But the big story for this weekend, Sunday, we do have live racing here. Easter Sunday, we'll have Sunday brunch going on, and there you see it, live racing this Sunday, first race post time, 1:10. Come on, bring the family out and enjoy Easter Sunday with us. Have brunch up there in the Garden Terrace, and the big story Sunday, the 11-year-old champion is back. Ben's Cat, 5-time Maryland-bred horse of the year. He's going to make his 11-year-old debut this Sunday in race 7, a tough allowance race.
It is a tough little allowance race. They got it to go, and he's going to have his running shoes on. I made him a 9-5 favorite. I think he'll, still public. They're gonna jump on him, but it's no easy feat in that race. Triple Burner's a horse that there's not a lot of real speed in that turf race, and Triple Burner Fresh could be a major player in there. And I think he got the better of Ben's Cat once last year. So Ben's Cat is going to be tied on. It's good to see him back, though, at 11 years old and still going. I think he finished up, the year prior. Softened up a little bit, form kind of tailed off, and then kind of bounced back off a little refreshing. Let's hope it repeats itself coming up here for 2017.
We can still keep talking about the race. We have a little video of Ben's Cat from yesterday morning out here at Laurel Park. The 11-year-old looks great, and there's his longtime groom, Fern, giving him a bath after his training yesterday here at Laurel Park. His last work was last weekend. He worked 5 furlongs in 102 and change, I believe. His comeback race last year as a 10-year-old, and there's King Leatherberry's longtime assistant, Avon Thorpe, with the 11-year-old champion. He won his first race off the layoff last year, and then one of his best races of his career was his second race off the layoff last year when he won. Here it is, the Jim McKay. He's got a split horses late. What a win this was. He's got a 101 buyer in this race.
And if I remember, he did not go off the favorite in that race, right? If I'm not
mistaken,
like
I think 3 to 1. It was a tough race.
You got a great price, and what a for him to get the guts to come up, angle out, work out of traffic, and surge between horses. That brought chills. Even calling that chart, that was one that really kind of got to you, got right to your heart, seeing him able to accomplish that feat at the ripe old age of 10.
So he gets Trevor McCarthy to ride. Trevor McCarthy, the leading rider here at Laurel Park, the 4th leading rider in the country right now. What a year he's having so far. Tough assignment, though. He's got to break from that inside post going 5.5 furlongs. It can go a couple different ways. Either Trevor takes all the way back and circles the field, or maybe if Ben's Cat breaks with a little speed, Trevor can navigate off the rail. He does like to run on the outside, even though in that Jim McKay turf sprint he kind of split horses and was covered up in that trip. But most of his wins have been rallying on the outside, so a tough assignment for Trevor.
And being a little bit fresh, maybe he'll pop a little early speed, get position. Not a ton, as we talked about the field. Not a ton of horses just want to go right to the front, like you see in those 5.5 furlong turf sprints. He's back. I just think King moving forward, he just wants to see a good effort.
Sure.
And let's move up off of that.
Sure. So, all right, so Ben's Cat, he'll make his 11-year-old debut this Sunday. Another horse that's stabled here at Laurel Park, recruiting ready for Sagamore Farm and trainer Horacio De Paz with an impressive win yesterday down there in the Bachelor Stakes at Oaklawn Park down in Hot Springs. We have some video a couple weekends ago here. There's recruiting ready in his stall. here at the Sagamore Farm Barn here at Laurel Park, and he's hamming it up for the camera here. But he had an impressive allowance win a few weeks back here
Yeah.
at Laurel Park, and what an impressive win in the Bachelor down at Oaklawn yesterday.
Yeah, did not see it in person, did not watch it, on video, but went back to the chart this morning. Broke a little bit slow, but boy, that quick acceleration and eagerly widened through the stretch to win off by 5 1/4 lengths in final time of 109 flat. So he's one tough sprinter. There's no doubt about it.
And there's a nice stake, Preakness Day. The $200,000, I believe, is the purse for the Chick Lang for 3-year-olds going 3/4. He'll be awfully tough in there should the connections decide to go in there.
That seems like the spot, no doubt.
So, all right, so lots to look forward here with Ben's Cat running Sunday, recruiting ready later on down the road. But let's tell you what's going on, what else is going on here. First, we have Easter Sunday racing this Sunday. First race post time 1:10. Bring the family out here for Sunday brunch this Sunday. Watch Ben's Cat. A week from tomorrow, it's the Win and You're In, Saturday, April 22nd here at Laurel Park for the horses. The winner of the Tessios, presented by ExpressBet, gets a start in the Preakness. Then the winner of the Weber City Miss gets a spot in the Black Eyed Susan. 5 stake races on Saturday, April 22nd. You also have the Henry S. Clark, the Dahlia, a couple nice turf stakes. It's a Win and You're In for the fans as well. You spend the Mail and Jockey Club prize wheel for a chance to win one of 6 pairs of tickets to Preakness Day or Black Eyed Susan Day at Pimlico. You get a free spin with each racing program purchase. So the horses and the fans covered for Saturday, April 22nd.
That's going to be a huge day, no doubt. I'll be tied on for doing the odds for those races, all those good stakes and some great prizes. And weather like this, I'm sure the fans will be in full force.
Yeah, we'll have a big day, hopefully, and the Triple Crown Days right around the corner. We had the 3 big Derby preps last Saturday, the Arkansas Derby this Saturday. You can watch all the simulcasting from Oaklawn here with us at Laurel Park tomorrow, and come hang out here with us for the Triple Crown Days. Of course, for Preakness, we'll be over there at the Pimlico with 130 plus thousand fans for the 142nd Preakness Stakes. Saturday, May 20th at Pimlico. Black Eyed Susan Day is Friday, May 19th. Get your tickets now. All the seats sold out last year. Sam Hunt's the headlining music act in the infield, along with Good Charlotte, Low Cash, and High Valley infield and seats. You go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information for the 142nd Preakness Stake. Weather like this, it's easy to get excited about a great spring of racing coming up here. So let's show you what's going on here today at Laurel Park. 4 grass races. There's the track conditions. We'll be fast and firm here for sure on a beautiful Friday afternoon.
Oh, of course, it really firmed up a little bit just after one day on Sunday. Moving forward, the weather's been picture perfect. A little breezy, the sun's shining. You see the grass just popping right now. It's getting lush. So, expect the turf course to be a little bit firmer, much firmer today than I think last weekend, and the horses are really going to appreciate that for the most part. You're going to see more of these runs, like the finishes that we're used to seeing at turf. Big, strong finishes, horses making strong moves to the final 1/8 of a mile, which sets it up for those good close calls at the wire.
All right, so perfect conditions today. 3 carryovers for you this afternoon here at Laurel Park. We'll start in race 1 with the biggest carryover, a little over 7,000 in that rolling Super High Five. In race 1, Super High Five has a low 15% takeout. Rainbow Pick 6 starting race 4 today. That's a little over 6,600 in the Pick 6. Then late Pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. Pick 5 starts in race 5, a little over 3,200 in that carryover. So a great day to make some money here. Get you ready for the big weekend here at Laurel Park. Let's get going here for the opener. Race 1 kicks off the early Pick 5. Mandatory payout here on the early Pick 5. It's a low 12% takeout. I know you like today's early Pick 5.
Yeah, we're going to take a little shot. I know you guys will have something for the fans later in the Pick 6 and the late Pick 5. But yeah, we're going to get things rolling in the opener. If you guys, it's a $48 ticket. Don't sleep, as we've said it time and time again. Don't sleep on the early Pick 5 at Laurel Park. We're going to go 2 deep in the opener with the 4 and the 5. Bust being the main speed. I think Antietam Creek's going to get a great stalking trip. Race 2, I know we've got a couple scratches in there. Race 2 scratch the 3 and the 4. We're going to go 4 deep. I still think it's wide open. 1, 5, 6, 7. Tromby will probably jump up and get us 2 deep in race 3, 3 deep in leg 4. The return of Billy the Bull, one of our favorites on the turf sprinting, and in race 5, 2 deep. Honor the Fleet. Really anxious to see what he does off of that good maiden breaking score. $48 ticket stand.
All right, always a mandatory payout in that early pick 5. I'm going to take a stab here at the rolling super high 5 with the carryover over 7,000 here in the super high 5. It's a very playable 7-horse field, and we've seen this before. Carryover 7-horse field, we might get 20, 30, 40,000 late money into the super high 5 here in race 1. I'll go with the 6 on top. Lock up the Bourbon with your leading rider, Trevor McCarthy. I'll go with that horse on top over the 4-5, over the 1-4-5, over all $48 play for me in the rolling super high 5 here in race 1. Let's take a look here. It's a claiming 5,000 for 3-year-old fillies or filly mares. Never won 3, going 5.5 furlongs. And I'll take a shot here with the leading rider, Trevor McCarthy, at 5-1 on the 6. Lock up the Bourbon for Charlie L. Frock. For barn's been a little bit cold, but they're due. They can get the money here. A good second last out, going 7 furlongs at the 3 life. Nickel condition at Charlestown. Cuts back to the 5.5 furlongs here today. I like that move. Trevor McCarthy will have some options available to him on the outside, breaking from the 6 hole. You like this horse a little bit as well.
Yeah, I think could be dangerous, Stan. No doubt about it. Picks up Trevor. I mean, if there's a rider that's going to carry a filly home, he's the one. Lock up the Bourbon, have some bottom built into her after those 7 furlong races, even a mile race off the layoff back in mid-January against What If I Was Willing. That was the race that kind of caught my attention because Bus is going to go out quick, and Cheatham Creek is going to take up that perfect stalking trip. But I think Lock Up the Bourbon is like that third flight. She can really kind of grind on these horses, and with Trevor, very well could be dangerous to wear him down. I agree with your pick. Lock Up the Bourbon is a must-use in your exotics in race 1. I just think Antietam Creek, though, has faced a little bit better fillies and mares. Better Way came back off of that last win to come back and run a 60. Hampered by a very wide trip. I think she's going to be forwardly placed. Take the aim of Bust and kind of edge on past, but Lock Up the Bourbon certainly could be wearing him down late.
All right, we like the same 3 horses on top here. We also like the 5. Bus is going to be the early speed. You just hope that filly doesn't get off on a loose lead because with that lightweight, with the bug boy Carlos Carrasco aboard, if she gets loose early, she could keep on going 5-2 here on the 5 Bus. You also have the 7 on the outside here. Summers here for Claudio Gonzalez. You'll get a nice price here for the leading trainer coming off the layoff.
Well, that's just the real question mark. She really hasn't done anything in 4 dirt tries, but Claudio, we've seen him work magic before. Real question mark horse in the opener, but yeah, they've got to catch Bus. Tony Aguirre, nice move up numbers-wise for Bus. First time in that barn.
All right, so a nice race there for the super high 5 and that carryover and the kickoff, the early pick 5. Race 2 starts the early pick 4 this afternoon, going 6 furlongs. Filly and Mares claiming 15,000, and the 3, Little Miss Lupe, one of your favorites here for Claudio Gonzalez. That was my top pick. She's a late scratch, so I end up on the 6. I just want to win. In sharp form for trainer Jonathan Maldonado. Julian Pimentel having a real strong meet, and this filly's a 6-time winner here at Laurel Park. Stepping up a little bit in class today, but she's in solid form and should get a nice strip stalking on the outside today.
First try in open company in quite some time for I Just Want to Win, but a reclaim for Maldonado. She's really holding form. Not a lot of speed. She'll be forward a long, long way. One Proud Gal will probably go ahead and send from the inside. I'll go to the outside. First off, the claim for the 7, Lemon Lover for Kieran McGee. Stretches back out to 6 furlongs after kind of a little bit of a dismal try at 5.5, but was down inside dueling against a little bit better fillies and mares. I think the drop back in class, 6 furlongs, she can get the distance. She kind of circles and gets it done from just off the pace.
You have to respect the connections. Maybe a little bit of a question mark with the drop off the claim, but Kieran's done this before. He's won a lot of races doing this, so I respect her. I'll use her in my top 3. We both like the 1, Charm City. This horse stepping up off the claim here for trainer Phil Schoenthal. He's 3 for 10 recently with a positive ROI, stepping up first off the claim. Charm City with a rough trip last out against Open 11 Company, a good third. Keeps Stevie Hamilton aboard today.
She spotted the field a couple lengths. Go back and watch that video. She got banged around at the break. It was left for dead and was extremely wide. Made a little bit of a run. Goes first time off the claim. Yeah, a good try. 2-back. That number 63 puts her right in the mix. 2-back try. Macroeconomics. There's another one. I mean, this is a short field, but a really, really tough field to figure out. Macroeconomics First time, for Claudio last time out off of a low percentage trainer and didn't run too bad. Very patient ride from down inside. Flashed a little speed. Watched the jock just kind of sit on her on the rail. Got her out late with a good gallop out. Macroeconomics protect move up in class. Second time for Claudio could be very dangerous.
All right, so nice open 15 claimer there to kick off the early pick 4 in race 2. Let's turn the page. Nice maiden special weight going a flat mile on the main track here for race 3. Filly Mares 3 and up, and I'll go with the 1, Heaven's Creation on top. Larry Jones, 5 for 10 so far here at the meet. He brings another one up here from the fairgrounds. Trevor McCarthy gets aboard. He's won the races for him, and Mitch Murrell have been his go-to jockeys. This horse will be a short price favorite here in race 3, but Larry Jones red hot, and he gets the lead and ride. She's been running well down there. Paired up a couple 67 buyers at fairgrounds.
Yeah, she's run okay, and her company lines went back and looked all right. The 2-back try, another Jones runner, Proud and Fearless, was 4th in there, has come back to win 2 straight. So she's in good form right now. She measures up okay from the rail. She'll get a stalking position. She's going to be tough. She has flattened out a little bit, but the shortening up in the 1 turn might help her chances. She's going to be a short price. I'm going to try to beat her with a kind of a new face to 5 Mo Light going turf. All turf tries, or 5 starts, all turf. Running okay at Gulfstream, but moves into the Mary Epler barn. I've seen this move year in, year out. She gets horses. She seems to kind of move them up a little bit. And this horse, they take the blinkers off. Bred for the dirt. Second dam, Light. If you remember her, Stan?
Sure, yeah.
Like MC Hammer.
MC Hammer,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
Hammer time.
Had the pleasure of meeting all those guys up in Monmouth Park back in the day. And the half-brother to the mare won the John B. Campbell here on the dirt back in '08. So this horse is really, I think, is bred for dirt. It's going to move up on the dirt. And I like this. They keep the company here in maiden special weight. I got to give a shot to the 5 Mo Light. I don't think she has to improve a ton off of those turf races either to pull a mild upset.
Did you get a private plane ride with the Hammer?
I can't release. Those were the days when anything goes. Back in the early '90s. And we're not going to talk about it.
All right. Well, I overlooked this filly a little bit, but well bred, and you have to respect the barn there. You'll get a decent price there on the Mary Epler train, number 5 Mo Light. We both like the 3 here. Indian Paint for Kelly Rubley. Fergal Lynch gets aboard. This horse has improved. She's well bred by Uncle Mo. She's improved with each and every start. A good third, stretching out to the mile distance. Last out here at Laurel Park. She's come back since then with a couple bullet works up there at Fair Hill. She'll be right there today.
A slow, steady gain into a slow pace. Clairvoyant dictated, then was collared. And I really thought Indian Paint at the 3/16 pole was going to go ahead and wear him down, but a slower gain. That kind of disappointed me a little bit, but she's come back. 2 good works since. She's in form. And she might get a little bit more pace help up front today with Springtime Win and Grace Isabella adding the blinkers. Maybe they'll go out. I think Springtime Win is a price user for Trombetta, holding sway here. A nice improvement the last 2. I think she's going to be forward a long way with the blinks on.
I think both with the 4 Grace Isabella and the 7 Springtime Win, the blinkers could step them up there. 4 strong connections. A nice maiden special weight for Filly Mares there in race 3. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, Rainbow Pick 6 carryover, a little over 6,600 today. The late Pick 5, nice carryover as well, over 3,200 in there. We'll start with those when we come back. All right, it's almost that time of year, the 142nd Preakness Stakes, 5 weeks from this Saturday. Get your tickets now. All the seats sold out last year. Sam Hunt, he's the headliner out there in the Budweiser Infield Fest. Go to Preakness.com for all your tickets and information. Great day of live racing. It's beautiful out here today. The birds are singing. We have 3 carryovers for you. Let's get going here in race 4, Rainbow Pick 6, $6,641 today in that Pick 6 carryover. It's a great day to play it. They'll put about 4 or 5,000 into it today. If you get all 6 winners, a good shot you could take down a nice signer here this afternoon at Laurel Park. I have a ticket.
All right.
Very affordable, $51.20 play. I'll go with 2 singles. So that means I can go 4 deep in the other 4 races. I'll go 4 deep here in races 4 and 5. Race 6, I'm going to single on the 5. Freudian for trainer Tom Morley. Fergal Lynch aboard. She's been running well down there at the fairgrounds. She's a front runner on the turf, looking for her 3rd straight victory. She won here at Laurel Park last July. Was disqualified, placed 3rd. That wasn't her fault. She was a very strong effort in that race. So I'll key on the 5, Freudian at 7-5. Also, I'll key on the 10 for trainer Hugh McMahon. Grecian Prince for Hugh McMahon, the 10. Trevor McCarthy aboard. I'll key on the 10 in race 7, then going 4 deep there in races 8 and 9. If I can get my 2 singles home, and I like them a lot today, then I like my ticket, getting some good coverage in the other 4 races. Rainbow Pick 6, nice carryover today. Race 4 also kicks off the middle. Pick 4 on the turf, going 5.5 furlongs here. 7,500 starter allowance for 4-year-olds and upward. And let's show you what Billy the Bull likes to do. Here's his win last August against Open 7,500 company. He goes right to the front. Was an impressive winner this day. Had to repel some late foes. Would come back after this win and demolish a 10,000 starter allowance field at Parks in September. He's been freshened since then. This horse runs well fresh. Kieran McGee's been working him over there at Pimlico. Gets Alex Centron aboard. He'll go right to the front. Question is he ready coming off the layoff?
Yeah, he's a cool horse. You know, the one thing you look at him, his numbers at Laurel, his fastest turf, I believe, is a 79 at Laurel. Okay, that's probably good enough to win this race. But as you say, the little bit of the layoffs don't concern me as much with turf runners other than dirt. But he does have some speed to his outside, and the horse of like the 6, Mr. Stream, is very quick. We've seen him run very, very sharp races on this turf course. Hope Hard has shown some speed, even zipping by. He's going to need an alert break to go ahead and get clear. Maybe if he can shake clear after that quarter, get a little breather around the turn and then kick it back on. And we've seen him do it time and time again. He is the horse to beat. I think Flying To Be Childers, though, is a horse that's in pretty good form right now. He came back up from Gulfstream, shortened up on the dirt, and got a good race. Maybe a little bounce last time out. But he's going to be in the clear to the outside. I think things might just kind of set up perfectly in a perfect world. I'm saying, he's usually going to beat a horse like, Billy the Bull, but I think today, if he's going to get him, today's going to be the day where things kind of fall into place with a little extra speed, maybe forcing the issue up front.
Yeah, you have to respect this move by Gary Capuano. Savvy move, dropping his horse in for the nickel back on March in a dirt sprint. Gets him eligible for these starter allowance conditions. I think he's going to have a phenomenal campaign this year. He's made over $100,000 on the turf. 2-time winner here at Laurel Park. He should get a nice trip from the outside with the apprentice Jomar Torres aboard. So I like the 11. I use him in my top 3, as we both like the 5 as well against the win for Hugh McMahon. This horse, 3-time winner on the turf. He's been freshened since Hugh claimed the horse back in January. They wait for the turf. I like that move and get Forrest Boyce aboard.
No doubt. Claim for a purpose is run well and optional, 2 other thans. If he reverts to any kind of form like that, he's right in the mix. Has to sustain a little bit better than what he did in the late summer, but he's certainly going to be a factor. And Hugh is tough. He spots his horses well off the claim.
You throw the 10 in there on the outside as well. Hadia for Pat McGill. Sharp win against beaten Nickel Company last out, coming off the layoff for Pat McGill. Carlos Quinones gets aboard today.
Yeah, I know his 2 turf tries, his numbers don't stack up, but they were both going long, and he beat Lesser. But, man, he visually caught my eye the way this horse just ran off and hid. He just shot at a bomb. He'll be double digits, maybe use him underneath.
I'll throw the 1, What the Chubb. I'm not crazy about that inside post, but Kate Demaskey does a nice job. Claimed this horse for a nickel back in for 4,000 back in February at Penn National. Freshened him since then, waits for the turf. He's a 2-time winner on the grass, and you get the red-hot Horacio Caramano. So a nice 7,500 starter allowance, going 5.5 furlongs on the grass for race 4 to kick off that pick 6. Late pick 5 here starts in race 5. Gabby Gaudet, she'll be on with me this afternoon. She has a ticket for the late pick 5. Industry low, 12% takeout, little over 3,200 in today's late pick 5. Going a flat mile, nice allowance for 3-year-olds, A other than first level allowance, optional claiming 50,000. We have a video spotlight here on the 6 Midway Gold, another strong contender today for trainer Larry Jones.
Yeah, horse to beat in race 5, clearly number 7, Honor the Fleet. But Midway Gold, I think, just didn't really get a comfortable trip. Went shortening back up from the mile and 70 to 5.5 last time on March 31st against the grain of the racetrack. Show speed, hustled up inside, but just, Trevor, this horse isn't quite going to kick on with the other leaders, especially that horse in the red, number 7, Liar's Dice, who's in just deadly form right now for Damien Delvico. The horse eases back, falls about probably 5.5, 6, 7 lengths off the pace into the turn. Once this horse shifts to the outside, shows a little bit of a middle move, turning for home stand, and we're going to see, look, just still drafting back, trying to pick it up. Not on the best part of the surface, leaving the 3/8 pole. Once he gets him out, though, this horse makes an okay run, like 4 or 5 wide. The problem is he's been pumped on the entire way. He's not going to sustain against the likes of a horse like Liar's Dice, especially in the form that he's in right now. But you go back and look at his race prior, the 2-back race at the fairgrounds, in that optional allowance race stand, and that figure is going to be okay. That's good enough, guys. He just flattens a little bit the last 1/8 of a mile. But look at the company lines on February the 18th. Total Tip came back to run a respectable race in the Sunland Derby, a 75. Hollywood Handsome, 3rd place finisher, an 86, only beaten 3.5 lengths in a stakes race down there at the fair. Company is good for Midway Gold. This is a horse was well meant first time out, going short in a big field at the fairgrounds. That February 18th race, nobody wanted to rail that day. He was on it. He was closest to it than any other horse on the card. I think he's going to hold on a lot better and is going to appreciate the move to the outside and the stretch out back to the 1-turn mile.
You have to respect the connections here. Trevor McCarthy and Larry Jones. I throw the horse out. It looks like they're trying to figure out what distance he's best at. He won his debut sprinting, went to the front and tired, going 2 turns in that allowance race down there. But like you said, the inside wasn't good that day. A good effort. He comes out of a strong race. Liar's Dice was just beaten a whisker by Recruiting Ready. Stakes winner down there at Oaklawn yesterday. So I throw that one out. I end up on the 4 here. Gold Braid in good form right now for the McMahon barn. 4 for 5 here at Laurel Park. 2 wins, 2 seconds. A strong win against First Level Allowance Company last out at Penn National. He's in for the 50,000 here today. And you get Fergal Lynch aboard. This horse likes to come from off the pace, and I like that strategy going to the second wire here with this 1-turn, 1-mile distance.
Yeah, he's really in good form right now. Could have had him for 15,000 back January the 8th. You're going to pay 50 for him. Managed the right way. Got through that other condition. I know that was probably the move all along. They got it done. And, yeah, he's going to be tough right back with some speed to target up front. And Gold Braid, certainly with Farragut, will get a measure trip from mid-pack. Honor the Fleet, they'll stay on the 7. You can't take anything away. The first race was visually good. Had a little trouble down inside, eased out, got some room, and just missed to Johnny Hopp, who was 2-1 to Liar's Dice in his return try. Broke the maiden. March 10th, look at the final quarter, 24-1. That's racehorse time for Honor the Fleet. Can the barn, though, get a repeat winner? And has struggled with horses off of this type of layoff. Going to be a shorter price. Anxious to see. I mean, I hope he runs well. He could be any kind of horse. Honor the Fleet.
We both like the 2. No More Talk. Exit Stakes Company here for this race. Good third to O'Dionyce back in the Miracle Wood back in February. Maybe bounced a little bit in the private terms. That was a tough race, though. Twisted Tom, O'Dionyce, Starmaster. You might see all 3 of those horses back in the Tessio. So he finds a little easier spot here in this allowance field today.
Improved with the Lasix. 3 starts back. A good try against O'Dionysus. And go back and watch the video again. He didn't have a real comfortable trip. Leaving the 7/8 pole a little bit ranked, tough to settle. It was caught in between horses. Maybe give him a pass off of that March 18th race, and the return to a mile just might be the ticket for the 2 No More Talk.
All right, it's a nice allowance race for 3-year-olds to kick off that late pick 5. Late pick 4 starts in race 6. You get a 10% bonus if you hit the late pick 4 here this weekend at Laurel Park. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday, late pick 4 for all you premier players. You get a 10% bonus reward capped at $100 going down to guest services. To learn more about that, late pick 4 starts here in race 6. This is nice, and there you go, 10% bonus for the late pick 4. Can't beat that. Today, tomorrow, and Sunday here at Laurel Park. Go to guest services to learn more. This is a nice upper-level allowance field. 2 other than optional claiming 25,000 for filly and mares going a mile. on the turf. The 5, Freudian, in sharp form right now for trainer Tom Morley, Fergal Lynch. They'll go right to the front today. If she gets an easy lead with slow fractions early on, she could be long gone.
Yeah, you've got a couple horses in there that might flash some foot. CC, the 4, I hope I'm saying that correctly, possibly show a little speed. Speak Up Sailor, but I don't know if anybody wants to go challenge Freudian early. And this is a horse looking at the conditions, fits perfectly, a stakes winner. One that was a 3 other than optional last time out. Back into the 2 other than. See the 3rd place finisher stand. I'm a Chatterbox, Grade 1 winner on the dirt, was heavily bet. She pulled the upset. You got 5-2 on Freudian. A winner over the surface, subsequently DQ'd, unfortunately, but it's going to be tough to beat. I think if you're looking for the value underneath, or maybe even on top, don't you leave this horse out of your multi-race gimmicks. Is the 7 Truth in the Lies? The kind of barn doesn't they fly under the radar? Trainer Louis Linder, he doesn't win a ton of races, but this horse, she's okay on the grass. She can go short, she can go long. Got just what she needed at Penn National last time. A little tightener on the dirt course. I think she gets in good position, and we'll have aim on the favorite once they hit the top of the stretch.
I respect the 7. This horse won at Aqueduct on the turf last year, was 3rd on the turf at Monmouth, a good 2nd against Allowance Company, sprinting on the turf at Park, so well-traveled horse, likes to take the course with her, so I use that one in my top 4. I'll throw the 9 in there as well, coming off a little freshening here for trainer Trez Abbott. Trevor McCarthy gets aboard. Janine Melnitz, she's had a couple decent turf tries here at Laurel Park, 0 for 4, but a good 2nd and 2/3 from 4 tries here. Good 2nd against 30,000 claimers. Never won 3 at down there at Gulfstream last out. So she has a couple races under her belt this year. You get Trevor McCarthy at a big price here, coming off the layoff. Been working well down there at Palm Beach Downs.
She made a little bit of an impact. Koala Queen, Ginger and Rye, good horses back in October. That was down inside of ease back off of horses early. Found herself a little further off the pace. Yeah, she could get a good stalking position, stalking trip as well, along with maybe the 8 Speak Up Sailor, who's had some recent races. I think she'll make a move. I don't know if she's going to kind of keep going though. That's the 8 Speak Up Sailor.
All right, so nice allowance feature of the day there, going a mile on the turf for filly mares. Let's turn the page here. Race 7, a nice Maryland-bred first level allowance condition, 3 and up, going 6 furlongs. Video spotlight here on the 5. It's the Journey. That's going to be 6-1 today. Julian Pimentel aboard for Mike Trombetta. Here's her race back late January here at Laurel Park.
January 29th. Really got hammered down off of a soft number going long, but was bet down to 3-1 into Daily News, and I know it was a shorter field in Nicoredalic Rocks. This could have been the death move, though, early. It flashed a little speed, it dropped to the inside, and that's not where you wanted to be January the 29th. Had to be kind of pushed along a little bit and just really couldn't sustain. Faded, angled out the last 16th of a mile, and actually showed a little bit of late life. And then what happens? The blinkers went back on at Parks. That's good enough, guys. I know we're a little short. Thank you. March 21st, the blinkers go back on. Little drop in class, 2 in life. This horse was on the bit, made a nice move up the inside to kick away and held on nicely. Shortening up a bit, I think we'll have a decent amount of speed. Dancing with Maud, I think we'll have to go from the inside. Along with Minor Legend and Stalking Trip, Grecian Prince will be forward. I think it's the Journey. I'm ready. I think he's going to run probably one of his better races. He set up the pop today, a good race with the blinkers back on. I think Pimentel's got him figured out. And you're going to get an okay price into the 10 Grecian Prince and the 6 Minor Legend.
And Pimentel, a strong meat, 25% winning rider here so far in 2017. So I like that one. Use them in my top 3. I think the 10 Grecian Prince is just going to get a nice trip from the outside. This horse is 10 for 15 in the money here at Laurel Park. Been running against Open Starter Allowance Company. Maybe finds an even easier spot here today against Maryland Bred Allowance Company. He's been running very consistent. 377 buyers coming into this race, and I think McCarthy breaking from the 10 hole with a little early speed, he can have any kind of trip he wants here on the 10 Grecian Prince.
He just had some trouble early. You see the short comment steady twice and flattened out. Yeah, definitely. It was enough traffic to take enough starch out of his late run. He'll be forward a long, long way. Once again, talking about the flow of this race, looks like Dancing with Maud. Minor Legend, maybe he's probably more so a stalker, but other than that, Grecian Prince, if he's aggressive, he's going to be probably 2 or 3 wide right on the engine once they leave the 3/8 pole.
And first off the claim here for Kieran McGee, we both like the 6 minor legend stepping up. Wasn't too much of a step
Mm-mm.
up from an open 11
No.
claimer to a restricted allowance condition here. A nice move here by Kieran first off the claim. This horse beat the Pulse last out, who the Pulse came back to
Mm-hmm.
win. So this horse has been running against some tough open claimers. A good third 2 starts ago at this level.
Absolutely. He got, was dropped down all the way to 5, picked his head up, and he's worked back into good form, beating the Pulse, who won an optional A other than recently with a good number of an 82. So, yeah, minor legend should be real sharp. First time here for Kieran.
All right, nice Maryland bred allowance condition there in the 7th. Race 8 kicks off the late daily double. Nice allowance feature here for 3-year-olds. A other than going a mile and a 16th on the grass. My price play of the day is the 1 Marcakis. Coming off the layoff for trainer Robin Graham, one of the top trainers around here. She can get a horse ready to go first off the layoff. No problem. Get Katie Davis aboard. Let's take a look here. This was her win from last September here at Laurel Park. She's a 3-time winner on the grass here at Laurel Park. I like this, and she was in front turner for home. This was against Starter Allowance Company back on September 9th here at Laurel Park, in front turner for home, and wins a stretch battle, wins by a neck, a game win. She would come back to finish a good second at this first level allowance condition last October, and then she didn't run too bad in that November 11th race, only beaten 2.5 lengths. She's been freshened since then, working here at Laurel Park. I think Katie Davis will get a ground-saving forwardly placed trip from the inside. I love the 1 Marcakis a lot at 6-1 today. Tough race, though.
He likes this turf course, and he talked about the race prior to the layoff. Had the 10-hole and broke a little slow, was hung wide, was not going to be able to keep going against those horses. But a real good try against Forest Rim 2 back, and was dead game in that video against Stormnet, holding the victory over that Leatherberry runner. I think 7 highly prized is going to be my top selection here for Michael Stidham and trainer and jockey Mitchell Merrill. Got back on track after a little layoff, got a race in under his belt at Fairgrounds with a little bit of trouble. Right when he was poised to make a little bit of move, had to check sharply, but a drop down to the tag, got the confidence back up. This is a horse that was a recent gelding. Third time gelding here, Stan. Was reported gelded on February the 8th of 2017. As you said, not a lot of speed. I think Marcakis goes ahead and goes from the inside. Highly prized. He's been competitive over this turf course. Third time for Stidham off of that barn chase. Used to be Niall Seville. This horse is just going to be just fine in here. I wish it was a mile. Mile 16th might be stretching it just a bit, but going to be my top selection in race 8.
The horse to beat, that was a good second to Mutasawi. It was a nice winner in that allowance race last April here at Laurel Park. So I like that horse. I'll use them in my exact to the 3. Zinger for trainer Larry Jones. Trevor McCarthy aboard. This horse, decent 4th in a turf stake down there at the Fairgrounds in February. Good second against Allowance Company most recently on the grass late February at the Fairgrounds. The race in the slop is an okay third. I think he gets back to his preferred surface today with the leading rider aboard for Larry Jones.
Yeah, something about him. I'm going to leave him out of the mix, Stan. He looks like he's going to be stalking. Will he keep going? I'm not sure. I'm a little suspect a little bit of the fields down there that he faced in his times, but yeah, I think he'll take the aim of Marcakis early. Can he go ahead and get past him? So 7, 5, 1, 2 are my selections.
All right, so
in race. No Bull Addiction, the horse I've been chasing. He's been 88 wide his last last year prior to the layoff. Hopefully he can get a little bit more of a ground saving trip before he makes his run.
All right, so we've 3 turf races down, still 1 more to go. 4 turf races this afternoon here at Laurel Park. Race 9, maiden claiming 16,000, filly and mares 3 and up, going 5.5 furlongs. I'm going to go with a first-time starter on top here, and a kind of a soft group. The 2 Take a Shot. I like the patient handling here of this 4-year-old daughter of Bulls Bay for trainer Katie Voss. Katie Voss trained the Dam, a split tally who was by a 2-punch. The Dam won first out against Maiden Special Weight Company at Pimlico. The second Dam won on the turf. Bulls Bay, a good young sire here in Maryland. The Dam made about 44,000. She won twice. So some decent works here at Laurel Park. You get one of the top riders, Jevion Toledo, aboard. I'm not crazy about that inside post because Scratch to 1, the MTO Whiskey Chick. So the 2 Take a Shot's going to have to break from the inside, but maybe if the horse can get a good break and go on with it, I'll take a shot with this 4-year-old first-time starter, the 2 Take a Shot.
You're right. I'm going to use her as well. You have to say second Dam was 2 for 2 on the turf. I like the claiming price
Yeah.
14,250.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody before the races. Well, they were thinking up something. They were worried. Something. What kind of number can we put her in for, maybe to throw the people off? The 14,250. I'm going to use the horse first time out as a price shot because Mesmerized, the 8 horse for trainer Lacey Gaudet. If she comes back to form, go back to her debut last year, April 8th of 2016, over this turf course. A real sharp effort behind the next out winner of Little Stella, a buyer of 57. Nobody in here, really shows that they can run that. That number gets it done. The transfer back to the turf is going to pick up Mesmerize, the 8 for Lacey Gaudet.
All right, looks like we're out of time here. There's groups already here this afternoon
Yeah.
at Laurel Park. Everybody's enjoying the nice weather as today kicks off the 3-day race weekend. Ben's Cat running Sunday for Easter Sunday. Hope you join us here for brunch on Easter Sunday. 3 carryovers for you today. Dave Rodman, he's coming up next with all today's scratches and changes.
Yeah,
Good luck.
We've got some youngsters out here on spring break. Get them some Monopoly money. That's how I started, and trying to teach them how to handicap. And hopefully by the time they get old enough, they're really kind of helping the handle.
They want to bet they can pull some hay misters at the window. That's how
You got
do
it. You got it. Have a great day. Get out on the apron. It's going to be a great racing card. Good luck.